in studio with me, I have a full house, so allow me to say good morning to my guest. And good morning, Miss Karla. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, Bermuda.
Thank you. And big shout out to my guest. I'm going to actually, is Miss Karla Trott. And this is Recovery Month, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so what can you explain what Recovery Month is and why it is significant?
So, SAMHSA, which is the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration in the United States, back in 1989, they created Recovery Month. Mm-hmm. So it's an observance every September to promote and support new evidence-based treatment and recovery practices. They encourage the acknowledgement of our broad recovery community and the dedicated service providers. We like to focus here in Bermuda on our clients, those who are in the trenches and are actually doing this, making their lives better.
Okay. All right. Now, those that didn't realize Recovery Month is here, it is. And what resources are available to individuals looking for addiction treatment and support?
So there's Turning Point. We provide outpatient services, intensive outpatient services. We also provide medication maintenance. And we also have the only inpatient detox unit on the island. And so to contact us, 239-2038, as well as you can just walk in to our doors. There are several other agencies on the island. We have residential treatment, Harbor Light for men, residential treatment for women and men at the Nelson Bascom Center. We have Focus Counseling Services, who does short-term residential. They do supportive residency for men. They also do outpatient services. And then you have several private places as well that provide treatment for those who may be suffering.
Okay. Now, with regards to gaining access to Turning Point, is it difficult? Does the individual that needs assistance, do they just contact Turning Point, or do they have to be referred?
So you can be a walk-in. You can come into our doors. We're open from 8:30 to 4:30, Monday to Friday. And each day, one of the counselors is a pre-screening counselor. So you can come in, you can get pre-screened, and we make a decision what services you move to next. Sometimes people don't need our services, and we can refer them straight to one of the other agencies. But it's a pretty simple process to get started. There are also other ways of referrals. We get people that will be referred from court services or straight from magistrate court. And a lot of times we have family members that will make that call.
Yes.
Just a reminder to family members, the individual actually has to either be on the phone with you, or if you pop in, bring them with you.
All right. Now, you have been in this field for how many years now?
Almost 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Are they with you? I'm sorry about that, listeners. Inside the 7 o'clock hour, time check 7:50. So you've been in this field for about you said 10 years.
Yeah.
Has there been many success stories?
There have, and for a counselor, the success stories is what makes it for you. And I actually want to allow 2 success stories that are here with me today to actually, really give their story.
All right.
Because it's about them. It's really about them.
Okay, so allow me to say good morning to these gentlemen. So I'm going to start with the gentleman, this gentleman on my right. How are you today?
I'm good this morning. How are you, Miss
I'm
Thing?
good. I haven't seen you for a while, but I'm glad that you're here this morning. So you're one of the success stories that you would like to share your story.
Let me say good morning to your radio audience first. Yeah, we talked last year, I believe.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it
all
was
right.
last year, I believe.
So what has it been like thus far, or I should say up until now?
Well, I'm getting into my 3rd year clean of old substances and alcohol. I still smoke cigarettes. But where I'm at right now is dealing with the root core that channeled my addiction, which is behaviors and core issues and trauma that I had been through in my life. And recovery for me is now dealing with attitude, behaviors, resentments, anger, just core issues that cause you to come out of balance with yourself. And if you're not dealing with them core issues, the pain that comes from that, there, you start to gravitate to something to ease that pain. And my gravitation was to drugs.
All right.
But today I'm going into my third year, clean of all substances, alcohol. I don't drink. I don't use drugs. Still smoke cigarettes. That's a work in progress. And I'm continue dealing on self-growth, trying to become the best human being and present the best version of a human being I could be.
Absolutely. When did you realize you needed assistance?
I realized I needed assistance a long time, but I didn't know how to ask for help. You know? But I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom before you ask for help. And I was finding myself hitting rock bottom, and I had the courage to ask for help. And I'm glad I found that courage to ask for help, because this is the resurrection.
All right. Now, some people may know your voice, some people may not. But for those that don't know your story, how long were you addicted to your drug of choice?
Whoa. You know my story. I was incarcerated for a long period of time. And my first encounter with my drug of choice, which was heroin, was July the 17th, 2002. My brother passed July the 15th, 2002. And the pain of that there, I couldn't deal with it, and I was incarcerated at the time. I gravitated to drugs, and it eased my pain. And I was on drugs inside for at least 14, 15 years.
And like you said, you got sick
came
and tired
out.
of being sick and tired.
Yeah, I came out an addict. I didn't go in jail an addict, but I came out of jail an addict. You know, and that went on for another 2.5, 3 years before I sorted out.
You should be proud of yourself. I hope you are.
I am, definitely. Definitely.
I mean, looking at you, we talked about a year ago. You're back, and you're still clean.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Congratulations, because I'm sure it hasn't been easy.
No, but it gets easier. You know, like I said, it's not about the drugs anymore. It's about the behaviors that you pick up in addiction. You know what I mean? So you have to deal with them core issues, because like I said, we all have trauma.
Absolutely.
And if you don't deal with our trauma, then that trauma could take you in other areas that is not healthy.
All right. Let me go to the next gentleman to my left. Good morning. How are you?
Morning, Miss Dean.
I'm glad that you are here. So you're one of the success stories. So you want to share your story with us, a little bit of it?
Okay. Mine is, if you know my voice, people will understand my story too. Short and sweet. I've been using heroin since I go 53 this year, since I was like 16. It started off more on a social thing, you know, with, I would say, like with my father, you know, just wanted to be accepted, like, you know what I mean? And once I felt that, you know, it gave me confidence. Like, you know, a lot of people that start using drugs, majority of the time is for confidence, like, you know. And with me, it was a big factor with me when it came to that. I've been struggling with it for years. You know, like I said, people who know my voice will understand that. Like, you know, but yeah, same as the gentleman sitting next to me. I was incarcerated for a long period of time also, and the whole time in there, like I said, if people know my voice, you know, the whole time in there I was, you know, using, and also came out an addict, you know. Yeah, I came out of jail on parole 2001 and got recalled within the first 2 months. I was on the run. I got sent back on recall and had to finish with the rest of my time. And I'm on the same thing, you know. Came out again, you know, Jones, and, you know, hit the streets running. So, yeah.
And when was your, I don't want to say aha moment, but when did you get sick and tired of being sick and tired? When did you say, okay, you know what, enough is enough. I have wasted too much time on this drug.
The same as my friend right there, it was the same, you know, where I knew it all the whole time, but it was just me wanting to stop. But, you know, like I said, people know my voice, they'll know why. Like, you know, guys like myself and gentlemen here, it's hard for us to ask for help, like, because of, you know, who we are, like, you know, on the street, you know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm tried many a times. I'm stopped. But this time around was the first time that I'm stopped everything. Before I still drank, you know, still smoked cigarettes, you know what I mean? This is the first time where I'm stopped everything completely. I don't put nothing in my body at all, you know. And also, I have to give a shout out to Wifey, you know. She played a big factor in this, you know. I put her through a lot, you know. And my children, you know, also I'm a grandfather, you know. I ain't trying to. I'm seeing many of my friends die, you know, from overdose with this situation, especially with fentanyl going around, you know. And yeah, I said to myself that I don't want to be that next one, you know. And yeah, one day I was around the street and I ended up bumping into a certain gentleman who's in recovery for quite some time, and I looked at him as a figure like that.
Yes.
And I broke down crying. He looked at me and said, you know, you're tired? And I'm like, yeah. He took me to hospital, and from there he made 2 phone calls, 6, and this don't happen if you're used to this, or like 6 o'clock in the evening I was in detox. And I ain't looked back, and that's been last year, April, to this day.
Wow.
Yeah.
For both of you, for those individuals that are tuned in, it doesn't really make a difference what age they are. They could be 50, 70, 40, and they have struggled with drugs for a very long time.
Right.
What would you say to encourage them for the second part of their life to be amazing? Because obviously it's been a struggle for both of you.
Right.
To ask for help, to kick heroin, you know, trauma plays a part. But for those that have been struggling for years,
Right.
what would you say to them?
What would I say to them? The uses of drugs is the symptom of what's going on internally. So I would say to those who are still struggling, take an in-depth look and honest inventory of yourself and deal with the core issues that nobody else knows and that you don't share with nobody else, and start to deal with it and seek help to deal with it. I still do a lot of counseling, you know, because I still have issues and resentments that I don't want to have. I have to deal with, because it's the resentments that lead to drug use, you know. So I would say to anybody that is struggling, start loving yourself again. You know, it's self-love, like, because you're killing yourself slowly, you know. And that's what I had to learn, to love myself again. And that is the strength. That is the first step to stop using.
Okay.
With myself, a lot to do with, like, a good bit of my friends, a lot to do with it is pride. You know, guys like myself, like I said, people who recognize my voice, like, you know, it's hard for you to walk up to somebody and say, look, man, I need some help, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, I tell people all the time, man, like, don't let your pride get in your way, like, you know what I mean, for you to be a better person. You know, that was always my issue, you know, where I let my pride get in my way, like, because, you know, because I've got this persona that I'm going to keep up, and, you know, but as you get older, you know, you get tired of, eventually everybody gets tired of that, you know what I mean? You know, don't be afraid to ask for help. Like, if you want help, ask for it. Otherwise, like, you know, a closed mouth don't get fed. Like, you know what I mean? So if you want help, if you want it that bad, you will ask for it. Just like when, you know, we was jonesing and we needed money, we would do anything, say anything, ask anything to get it. So why you can't take that same strategy and put that towards recovery? That's exactly what I do. You know, I'm tired. I'm had enough. You know what I mean? I'm seeing too many of my friends. I'm bad. You know, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. You know, and I always used to say to myself, like, why? I tell my wifey that all the time. Like, what is my purpose of being on this earth? You know, this is it right here. I'm found out, like, this is my purpose right here, to tell my story. Like, and this is the first time I'm been able to tell my story, like, truthfully. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like, people who know my voice once again will see, like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? Like, it can be done. Like, I done it. You can do it. You know what I mean? You can do it. Like, you know, just ask, man. Put your pride aside, man. You know what I mean? All this time, you've been sticking your head around the corner and somebody's been hitting you with a bet. When you going to stop sticking your head around the corner and getting hit with the bet? That's it, you know? Like, come on. Like,
just,
you know?
like I said to your, I guess, friend to your right, you should be proud of yourself.
Yeah, I am. You know, I'm finally, you know, people coming to me and, you know, I see it like, yeah, they, like, you know, you're doing good. You know what I mean? You know, and it makes me happy. Like, you know, it makes me happy. Like, I wake up in the morning, and I'm not gonna lie, I ride across Dawkins Steele every morning. And I look over there, you know, and I'm like, oh my Lord, I'm of them days. Like, you know what I mean? I'm so glad. Like, you know, I'm got all my levels. You know, I said that, you know, I'm never accomplished that. I've got all my levels on the Methadone program. You know, and that's another thing where, you know, you will see who's working the program, who's coming up there on Mondays with the black box. You know what I mean? You know, that's when you know that the person putting in the work. You know what I mean? So, come on, like, you know, that's putting in that work, like, you know.
Well, looking at both of you, you know, family, friends, you know, counselors play a significant role.
Definitely. Support. Definitely. You know?
Those individuals that probably don't have a lot of support, I'm pretty sure it's been difficult, even harder for them. Right, during their process.
Right, because you had a lot of guys that burnt our bridges. I'm fortunate that I wasn't one of them guys that burnt my bridges. You know, I have a very a small support team, but strong. You know, I have I don't want to call his name, but you know, I have my wife. I have a certain him. You know, guys who I look up to, who's been there and done that. You know, but you know, my boss. Also, shout out to Ashley Furniture. You know, my boss is listening right now. Like, you know, him. You know, he saw what I was going through. You know, and he saw me do what I have to do, and yeah, it can work, man. It can work as long as you put in the work. It works if you work it. I put that on my status all the time. Like, it works if you work it. Like, you know.
So it is Recovery Month for those that are tuned in. Ms. Karla Trott and her guests are here. They wanted to share just a portion of their story, because if I actually did an exclusive with both of these gentlemen, either simultaneously or separate, I think that would be the entire show. But I am happy to see both of you literally
Right.
Is, you know, I'm smiling and a certain person is listening. It's no, what's the word? How would I say it? There is no accident that you three are here today.
No.
I had a conversation with someone yesterday, and all I can say is they gave me the best news ever. And then I look in my calendar, and you three are here today, and I'm like, wow, it's no accident. So they're tuned in. They've heard your stories, and I'm pretty sure that your stories have given them hope to, I guess, press forth, because it's not anyone that's people that have never been addicted might not be able to understand, but those individuals that have friends and family members that have been addicted to whatever, it's a challenge.
Definitely.
And people need to also recognize out there that, you know, that it is, you know, a problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm always said where, I don't know, sometimes like people they're afraid to you know, put themselves out there, like, you know what I mean? You know, it's hard, man. It's hard. Like, you know, sometimes when people say like, "Yo, I tried, man," but these people, they ain't worrying about me. It takes so long for this and that, like, you know what I mean? But the same way, you have to. You're gonna go through some red tape. You know, you're gonna go through the struggle. It's not gonna come to you, you know, on a platter. Like, you have to put in that work. Like, you know, and a lot of people are afraid to do that. Like, but like this, you know, they can see our stories. Like,
Absolutely.
Addiction is a challenge. And the greatest challenge in addiction is change. Because once you get off of the substance, you have to change your company. You have to change your behavior. You have to change your friends. You have to be open to new things. And sometimes change is scary to people.
yes.
And sometimes people are in their comfort zone, and that's where they feel comfortable and they believe that's where they belong. But they're in an unhealthy comfort zone. So sometimes the change is the most challenging thing when it comes to recovery. You have to really want it, and you have to really want change. And the greatest thing is having an honest inventory about yourself to see that I am unhealthy
All right.
and I need to become healthy.
And a lot of times too, like we've been people, the reason for wanting to change too, you know. Also, like, you know, guys say, "You know, I want to stop drugs so I can start making money and this," you know what I mean? What is your, you know, what's the real reason why you want to stop? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know.
Well,
But
I
you
want to.
just have to be honest with yourself, like, you know,
Re-
change all your company. Or I had to do all of that. Like, you know, I always had that problem where I'll stop using, but I'll still hang around certain areas. Like they say, remember you hang in the barbershop, eventually you'll get a haircut. You know, so I had to, you know, it was hard, like, because, you know, looking at it, my life was boring. Like, you know, all that, like, you know, it's safe, but, you know, you have to change. Everything has to change. And a lot of times, some guys can't handle that, like.
Absolutely.
Recovery is a selfish thing, you know, and you have to be selfish to recover. And once you recover, you're able to present yourself to other people in other environments,
Absolutely.
and they embrace you. Because people are looking at you all the time. People are watching you all the
Yeah,
time.
they are.
Don't think people ain't watching you. Like, people are watching you all the time. And they're just waiting for change. And when they see that change, they come to your aid. You know, I'm a recipient of that.
Well, I want to thank both of you. See, Miss Karla, every time you come by, I told you you're going to have to, last time we were supposed to do a part 2. So at some point we're going to have to do a part 2.
You
But
keep saying that.
I know. We were supposed to do a part 2. But first of all, I want to congratulate both of you for making that step. And I wish you all the best going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You definitely should be proud of yourself. Miss Karla, September is Recovery Month. So for those that need more information, they can just contact Turning Point and, you know, I guess start the process.
Definitely. I'd just like to leave one takeaway to the listening audience. What you've heard this morning is the voice of hope, the voice of dedication, the voice of patience, the voice of perseverance. And if you want to have change in life, take a page out of their story. They have exemplified what it is to be in recovery, to work recovery. And I can say I'm sitting here grinning from ear to ear because I'm so proud of them.
And you should be. And I am glad that obviously you're still in this field because you love what you do. And these gentlemen, I just wish you guys the best. So yeah, we're going to have to work on a part two, okay?
Most definitely.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Miss
you.
Karla.
Don't
Let it be another year.
No,
don't let
it's
it be
definitely
another
not.
year.
I will contact Miss Karla, definitely. Those that are tuned in, time check is 8:12. I'll be back with you in just a moment. Gentlemen and Miss Karla, have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have a blessed day.